Somos Te lo cuento News.
Welcome to Telecuento News. You asking on us, and we try to bring to you. You asking on us for more content in English, and that is what we have today. That this week we have several rates of ice in Kansas, and we want to know exactly what happened. And easy stories that definitely came to my attention that I wanted to share with you guys. So with that, I want to invite an Isidro Marino. He is an activist. He lives in Garden City. Has been covered this situation for his community. They are working hard to try to inform these communities. Keep in mind that these communities, they don't have a media in Spanish, and they are very important for their community in the way what they can learn. So Isidro, welcome to us in this space that we will start doing in English, and tell us exactly what happened in Kansas.
Yes, thank you, Maria. I'm Isidro Marino. I'm in Garden City, Kansas, and in the past 6 days, we had ICE operations happen in Dodge City, Kansas, then Liberal, Kansas, and Garden City, Kansas, and the surrounding communities such as Syracuse and Lakin. We don't know how many people are detained, but we know several people were detained throughout operations in the region, including going to businesses, traffic stops, and going to people's houses to look for them. So that is what happened over the past couple of days here in Western Kansas.
In few situations, there are also very concerns in terms of what happened. I understand there is one person, there is a green card holder that is a legal resident that doesn't have any criminal record that they was detained in this. Can you tell me about this story? What happened?
Yes, with the ICE operations in Liberal, Kansas, we were able to find out later in the evening that two parents were detained outside of their home. One included a father who had a criminal record of what we don't know exactly, but the mother, who is a legal U.S. resident and has no criminal record, was also detained when she walks outside her house, and we don't know her whereabouts. And we don't know how many. I believe it's a few kids they have. They are all minors, and they were left at school and at home unattended since their parents were detained. And for a few days, they were left at home because their parents were detained and picked up.
Nobody know what
including
this
their
is.
yes.
Any information where she is and what is the reason that she got detained?
Her immigration lawyers are trying to get a hold of her, but it's kind of difficult with how she's being moved, how she was moved so fast outside of Liberal, Kansas to Wichita, and from Wichita we don't know where they were taken or where they're at in the country.
If you are always living in Kansas, you know that this is a majority predominant Latino area. But for the people that don't know it, can you tell us, Isidro, how it is to live in Garden City? How is the community there?
Yes. Garden City, Kansas, it's really diverse, just like Dodge City and Liberal. It's a large Latino, Hispanic, immigrant, and undocumented population. And it's been like that for about 40, 50 years due to the meatpacking plant and the agricultural sector out here that attracts large migrant labor. And so we make up actually the largest percentage of Latinos, Hispanics, and immigrants in the entire state of Kansas. Combined, just this region, Southwest Kansas, surpassing Wichita, Kansas, and the Kansas City, Kansas metro area.
So, how do you feel are the Latinos in general? The people that maybe is undocumented, but the people that is legal, how they feel today?
Right now, everybody in the area feels terrorized. They feel like there is uncertainty in their life, and they feel like there's just not this trust of feeling welcomed and safe in the community.
And do you feel there is a ghost town? Because in the first days of this administration, we saw how many areas where the Latinos live start be a ghost town and start having impact in the economy of the community. Has this the case in these days there?
Yes, correct. We have started to see an impact on local businesses, especially small businesses owned by minorities, like Mexican restaurants. We're looking at retail stores, even the local Tyson meat packing plant. They've seen a drop in employees coming in, and it's all because they're all afraid of being out in the community due to the ICE operations.
Do you, by the information that you have, do you think in this was an operation that they was looking for a specific people, or this was more like a raid that they want to go an area and asking to everybody?
It's both. In some cases, they did detain people they were looking for, but in some cases, they did detain and pull over people that they were not looking for. So it is a mix of both.
What are the name of the organizations that right now you are working on, and the people can rely to information, to in these areas, if they are looking for know what is happening, if they can able to support any organization, if they want to know more about the details of these operations, what is the name of the organizations that the people can go to check information?
Yes, the two trusted organizations that are dealing directly in rapid response to the ICE operations in Western Kansas are New Frontiers and the newly founded Kansas Immigration Coalition. And I volunteer for both, but I'm a heavy advocate and I'm the chairperson for the advocacy committee for the Kansas Immigration Coalition. So though they are the top two who are heavily involved in monitoring the situation on the ground closely.
Yeah. So Isidro, you was tell in this conversation, and we don't have too much time. You say about it is this area have a lot of agriculture workers.
Yes.
That week, the President Trump said that he's thinking in specifically agriculture workers and hospitality workers to be able to find a path for legalization to that group. We know that every group is important, but he said that if you have the opportunity right now to talk with the president about your neighborhood, about these people, for Garden City, for Liberal, for Dodge, what do you will tell on him so he can move forward if this is what he really meant, uh, to solvent the problem in these areas where you live?
Yes, I would tell the president that he would have to expand on that immigration reform to give legal status to not just farm workers and people working in the agricultural sector, but people who also work in restaurants and the hotel business, that are educators, DACA recipients, people who came here as a political asylees. It's a big, broad group, and I think that needs to be done because if we don't address all of the immigrant groups that make up the undocumented population in Southwest Kansas, we just risk not addressing the entire situation and really just hurting our local businesses and our agricultural business and the national economy by not protecting these people and not making sure and ensuring that they have protections in the country.
And I want to ask you the last question before, because the time go faster.
Yes.
Is people that believe that all these organizations, like the organization that you name, you person, they don't are doing the right thing. They thinking that they are right now support criminals, and that everybody that has been detained are criminals. What do you will tell to these people that doesn't understand the complex of the system, that doesn't understand, the gravity of what to be criminal or not? And maybe somebody didn't pay a traffic stop, and because that they have a warrant because didn't understood the language. So what do you tell on them, so they be able to understand that not everybody that has been detained is a criminal?
Correct. Yes, I think immigration is the most complex thing when it comes to the human life in the U.S. Living in the U.S. And so I think understanding that being here illegally for a lot of people, the misconception is that if you crossed into the United States, you trespassed the border, the physical border of the United States, you are already a criminal. And so I think the rhetoric between that sort of viewpoint and an actual a violent criminal here in the community that committed such a violent crime in the United States while being illegal. I think people can mix those two viewpoints and they say, well, they generalize us, you're all violent criminals. And so I think if you're just here illegally, even though you're a criminal or you're a law abiding resident, you are just already put in that risk of detention, of deportation, because you don't have a legal documentation. And most people who are here without documentation are at higher risk of falling into situations that are not pleasant. I guess why
Yes.
you can't get insurance, you can't get a license, so you can't. If you're driving, you're operating a vehicle, you're technically violating the law, and so we pretty much are pushing people who are undocumented into these situations that put them at risk of detention and deportation.
Isidro, thank you for being with us. And with
Yes,
that,
thank you, Maria.
we will leave this space. And, our goal is continue to inform our communities in Spanish, but we know and we listen to what you're asking to us, and you're asking us have more content in English. So we have now Telecuento News English, where you will find some context like this in English. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Maria.